Imagine this. A staggering 95% of new products just crash and burn.
95%.
Yeah, that's a statistic from Harvard Business School professor Clayton Christensen. And frankly, it's jarring. It really makes you wonder, why is that failure rate so incredibly high?
Often, it comes down to a fundamental misstep. Companies, with the best intentions often assume they know exactly what customers want.
Right, they think they've got it figured out.
Exactly. But they completely miss what customers actually need. There's this disconnect, a real gap between their perception and the customer's reality.
And that can be fatal for a new product.
Absolutely.
And that gap, well, that's precisely where a powerful concept like the value proposition steps in.
Yep.
Think of it as your clearest message. It explains how your product solves a customer's real problem, delivers tangible, specific benefits, and ultimately gives your ideal customer a compelling, undeniable reason to choose you over anyone else.
It's truly vital. But, what's crucial to understand is that not all value propositions are created equal, not even close.
Right.
Our mission for this deep dive is to really unpack the huge difference between a value proposition that just makes you shrug, what we're calling math.
The math factor.
Yeah, the math factor, and one that genuinely feels like a must-have. We'll explore how putting the customer right at the absolute center of your message can radically transform a business.
And help us understand why some products just click, they resonate, while others, well, they just fade away.
Precisely. They fade into the background.
You know, what you're describing about generic propositions, it resonates so much with what I see out there. So many value propositions are just, well, they're generic or they're super focused on the product itself. And the result, potential customers are just completely underwhelmed, left feeling cold, really.
Yep. Unimpressed.
Can we break down some specific types of these meh statements? What should people look out for?
Absolutely. These propositions, they consistently fall flat because they don't laser focus on specific pain points. They don't show they understand what the customer truly needs.
No empathy there.
Right. And critically, they fail to differentiate the product in any meaningful way from everything else that's already out there.
And once you know what to look for, these meh propositions become incredibly easy to spot, don't they?
They really do.
Like, for instance, you see a lot of feature-focused ones. Think of a smartphone claiming, our new model has a 108 MP camera and 5G capability.
Sounds impressive on the surface.
It does, but the average person isn't thinking, oh, 108 megapixels, great, that solves my problem. They're actually wondering, okay, what does that mean for me in my everyday life? How does it make my photos better or my internet faster in a way I'll notice?
It leaves them to connect all the dots.
Which they rarely do. They've got other things to worry about.
Or consider the use of vague superlatives. A consulting firm might state, we're the leading strategic partner for businesses worldwide.
Sounds grand.
It aims for grandeur, yeah, but it's essentially an unverifiable claim. As a potential client, you're left asking, okay, leading in what specific way? How does that leadership actually translate into a tangible benefit for my business, for my bottom line?
Where's the proof? Where's the specifics?
Exactly. It lacks any actionable specifics.
Then there are the company-centric ones. You see this a lot. A restaurant chain proudly boasts, we've been serving Italian cuisine since 1950.
Okay, so they've been around. Longevity.
Great. They've been around a long time. Maybe that means something, maybe it doesn't. But that doesn't tell me if the food is good today.
Right. Or if the dining experience is enjoyable for my family.
Or if it's good value for my money. It's a statement entirely about them, not about my potential experience as a diner.
And we often see jargon-heavy propositions, especially, in the tech sector.
Oh, yeah.
A fintech startup might declare, our blockchain-based AI-driven platform leverages big data to optimize your financial portfolio.
Whoa. That's a mouthful.
It's a real mouthful of buzzwords. For the average investor, this isn't likely to grab them. It's more likely to cause confusion or make them feel out of their depth.
Yeah, intimidated even.
Right. They're left thinking, this sounds incredibly complex. Is this even relevant for me, for my straightforward financial goals?
And finally, the infamous one-size-fits-all approach. A fitness app claims the ultimate fitness solution for everyone.
For everyone. Really? But we all know fitness goals are incredibly diverse. How can one solution be perfect for a marathon runner and a new parent trying to get back in shape and someone just trying to, get off the couch?
It's impossible.
You'd immediately wonder, how can it be right for everyone? Does it really understand my unique needs and challenges?
So when you look at all these meh propositions, what they share is this common failure. They leave you feeling indifferent or confused.
Yeah, no emotional pull.
Exactly. They don't forge that emotional connection or clearly articulate why you, the customer, should make a choice in their favor. They just don't speak to your needs in a way that truly lands. So how do we get away from meh? What's the secret sauce for must-have?
Well, a customer-centric approach is basically the complete inverse of meh. It means truly placing you, the customer, at the absolute core of every single business decision, every piece of communication.
Okay, putting the customer first. Sounds simple, but
It involves deeply understanding your daily realities, your specific pain points, what keeps you up at night, and also your genuine aspirations. What are you hoping to achieve?
right.
And then the business frames its product or service as the ideal solution that directly addresses your unique problems.
So that sounds like a really fundamental shift. Beyond just, say, listening to feedback, what does customer-centric truly mean in practice? How does it actually make a difference for a business?
It creates this powerful flywheel effect. This approach helps businesses build much stronger, more authentic connections with their customers.
Deeper relationships.
Exactly. Which in turn dramatically increases brand loyalty. And ultimately, that loyalty translates directly into sustainable sales and growth. When you, as a customer, feel truly understood, you become an advocate. You tell people.
Makes sense. It's fascinating how just a subtle shift in perspective can have such a profound impact.
It's huge.
So customer-focused value propositions are far more likely to resonate because they speak directly to your personal experiences, your day-to-day struggles, and your deepest aspirations.
They absolutely do. The key elements are pretty clear. Effectively addressing those specific customer pain points.
The things that really bug them.
Yeah. Showcasing unique benefits that genuinely matter to the customer, not just features the company thinks are cool.
Right.
And crucially, using language that mirrors how the customer themselves already thinks about their problems and their desired solutions.
It's speaking their language.
Exactly. This transforms messaging from being easily forgettable, just noise, to truly compelling and unforgettable.
Okay, so how do companies actually do this? How do they make that transformation from meh to must-have? Is there a process?
Yes, there's a pretty clear journey. It involves 4 distinct steps. First, you absolutely need to conduct deep customer research.
Okay, step 1, research.
And this goes far beyond just a casual chat. It involves things like comprehensive surveys, in-depth interviews where you really listen,
Active listening.
and rigorous analysis of customer behavior data.
Yeah.
You need to truly get to know your target audience on a profound level.
Got it. So know your customer inside and out. What's next?
Second, you pinpoint the specific pain points and desires that your customers genuinely have. What are the frustrations that keep them up at night? What are their deepest hopes for a better outcome?
Really drilling down on the why.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Third, you align your product's benefits directly with these identified customer needs. How does your offering specifically address those exact pain points? Or how does it help them achieve those precise goals?
Connecting the dots for them.
Precisely. And finally, step 4. You craft a compelling, customer-focused message that speaks directly and powerfully to all those insights you've gathered.
Okay, that's a clear roadmap. Research, identify pains, desires, align benefits, craft message. Let's look at some examples to really see this process in action. Maybe start with a couple of fictional scenarios.
Sounds good.
All right, first up, imagine a company called Techies selling productivity software. Their original meh proposition might have been something like, Techies offers state-of-the-art productivity software with advanced features.
Very typical meh, feature-focused.
Right.
But let's say after doing that deep customer research, techies discover something interesting. Their target audience, small business owners, they're actually overwhelmed, not impressed by complex existing tools.
Too many bells and whistles they don't need.
Exactly. They're losing valuable time just trying to manage their workflows, not optimize them with advanced features they don't understand or use.
Okay, so that's the insight. How does that change the message?
Well, with that crucial insight, Techies could transform its value proposition to something like, Techies helps small business owners reclaim 10 hours a week with intuitive productivity tools designed for the non-tech savvy.
Wow, that's specific.
Right. The core value proposition becomes intuitive productivity tools for time-strapped small business owners.
Clear target, clear benefit.
And you add a clear supporting statement like, helps non-tech savvy users reclaim up to 10 hours a week through simplified workflows.
Yeah.
You can feel how that immediately addresses a real pain point, being overwhelmed and losing time, and offers a clear, measurable benefit.
Yeah, it's no longer just about advanced features. It's about getting 10 hours of your week back. For a small business owner, that's huge. That's a game changer.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's look at another one. Fresh Grocery, an online grocery delivery service. Their original meh pitch might have been something simple like, Fresh Grocery offers a wide selection of groceries delivered to your door.
Functional but forgettable. So for Fresh Grocery, let's say their research revealed their target audience were mainly busy urban professionals and parents.
Okay, time-poor people.
Yeah, exactly. Their pain points included a serious lack of time, the daily stress of trying to figure out what's for dinner.
Meal planning dread.
Oh, yeah. And a desire to eat healthier despite their hectic schedules. Their deepest desires were convenience, genuine time-saving solutions, and readily available health-conscious options that just made life easier.
So convenience, time, health. Got it.
Based on this, their transformed must-have proposition becomes: Fresh Grocery helps busy professionals eat healthier and save 10 hours a week with personalized meal plans and same-day delivery of farm-fresh ingredients.
Again, super specific benefits, saving time and eating healthier.
Right. Their core value proposition shifts to something like healthy eating made effortless for busy professionals.
Effortless. That's a powerful word.
And it's supported by the statement: save 10 hours a week with personalized meal plans and same-day delivery of farm-fresh ingredients. It's all about solving their specific daily struggles, not just listing groceries.
These fictional examples really drive it home, but what about real-world cases? Have big companies made this shift?
Oh, absolutely. What's truly fascinating here is how many well-known companies have successfully made this exact shift, transforming their messaging from generic descriptions to truly customer-centric statements that resonate deeply.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. Let's look at some before and afters. Take Slack, for instance. They used to simply say, a messaging app for teams. Pretty straightforward, right?
Very functional.
But now their message is where work happens. That feels like a massive shift. It's not just describing a feature anymore.
It really isn't. It emphasizes the outcome for you, the user. It addresses that pain point of scattered communication, emails here, chats there.
Information everywhere.
Right. And it subtly positions Slack as the central indispensable hub for all your work. Where work happens isn't about software features. It's about eliminating the friction of disconnected conversations, the stress of missing vital information.
It speaks to that desire for seamless collaboration, doesn't it? A unified digital workspace.
And the peace of mind that comes from knowing everything important is actually in one place. It sort of builds a sense of community around productivity, too.
And MailChimp did something similar, didn't they? They used to be just email marketing software. Now they declare, turn emails into revenue. That's pretty bold.
It is bold, and it's effective. They evolved from simply describing a tool to highlighting the direct financial benefit for their customers.
Their bottom line.
Exactly. Pure business growth and a clear return on investment. They understood that their users aren't just, sending emails for fun. They're trying to grow their livelihoods, attract customers, and essentially make money.
So the new message speaks directly to that fundamental business aspiration. Uber also changed its tune dramatically. I remember everyone's private driver. Now it's, get there, your day belongs to you. This new proposition isn't just about getting a ride, it feels much more focused on you.
It focuses squarely on your desire for control over your time, your schedule, and the ease of mobility in a busy world.
Yeah.
It puts you firmly in the driver's seat of your day.
Even when you're in the back seat of the Uber.
Exactly. It connects with that very human need for autonomy and efficiency. Your day belongs to you is a promise of freedom. Freedom from parking hassles, from navigating public transport, from the stress of being late.
It sells precious time back to you.
And a sense of calm in a chaotic urban environment, not just transportation from A to B.
And what about Airbnb? They started with the purely functional, find a place to stay, very descriptive.
Yeah.
But they transformed that into the emotionally resonant, belong anywhere. That's a huge leap from practical to almost profound.
It absolutely is. They moved way beyond the transactional bed for the night to tap into a deeper human desire for connection, authenticity, and, well, belonging when you travel.
Feeling like a local, not just a tourist.
Right. Belong anywhere addresses those subtle anxieties of being a stranger in a new place. It offers the promise of local immersion and a sense of community rather than just, a roof over your head. It's about finding your place in the world, not just a space to sleep.
And then there's Dollar Shave Club. Their original practical message was quite good. A great shave for a few bucks a month. Smart.
Simple, clear value.
But then they hit you with the brilliant shave time, shave money. That's just so clever.
It truly is.
Yeah.
So concise. They cleverly address two major universal customer pain points that pretty much everyone could relate to.
Which are?
The hassle of continually remembering to buy razors, often at inconvenient times, right?
Yeah.
Running out is annoying. And the perception of the high cost of the big-name brands. Their new slogan is concise, memorable, and directly promises relief from both those common irritations. It's about convenience and value delivered with a punch.
Okay, Shopify. They also moved from the technical to something much more aspirational. They used to be described as e-commerce software for online stores and retail point-of-sale systems.
A bit dry.
Very dry. Now they proclaim making commerce better for everyone. That feels like a huge shift from technical specs to more of a mission statement. But what does making commerce better for everyone really mean for an aspiring entrepreneur? How does that resonate differently than just software?
Well, I think it's about addressing their deepest fears and aspirations. Many small business owners, they aren't tech experts, right? They're passionate creators or sellers who feel overwhelmed by the technical side of setting up an online store.
The tech barrier.
Exactly. They might fear the complexity, the cost, or just simply not knowing where to even start. Shopify's new message isn't just selling a tool. It's selling empowerment. It's selling support. And the fundamental idea that anyone can succeed in e-commerce.
Lowering the barrier to entry.
Right. It reframes that complexity into accessibility and promises a more equitable and successful journey for every entrepreneur. It makes them feel like they're part of a bigger movement, not just buying a product.
That's powerful. And finally, LinkedIn. They were once described fairly plainly as a business-oriented social networking service.
Very descriptive.
Now they clearly state connect to opportunity.
Much more active, much more benefit-driven. That new proposition speaks directly to users' core desires for career growth and professional opportunities.
It's not just about networking anymore.
No, it shifts the focus from simply being a place to network to being a pathway to actually achieving your career ambitions. You're not just building a profile, you're actively building your future. It implies LinkedIn is the bridge, the connection to the next big step in your professional life.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, the core insight seems crystal clear. The real power of a truly compelling value proposition lies in its ability to connect deeply with you, the customer. By genuinely understanding and addressing your specific needs, your desires, your pains, it's really not about what a product is fundamentally, but what it does for you.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's abundantly clear that the most successful businesses, the ones that last, aren't just selling products or services. They're selling solutions. Solutions to your problems and tangible pathways to your aspirations.
It's a fundamental shift in perspective, isn't it?
It truly makes all the difference in the market, from met to must-have.
So here's something to think about. The next time you encounter a product or service, maybe online, maybe in a store, I want you to ask yourself, is its value proposition speaking directly to your needs, to your pain points, to your dreams?
Or is it just another one of those meh statements?
Yeah, another meh statement that just leaves you feeling indifferent. And maybe more importantly, what does that tell you about how well that company truly understands you?